Joining me now is Jeremy Peters, New York Times correspondent and MSNBC contributor. Jeremy, you like me, maybe that was bad grammar. We've been tracking this case for a while. We were both looking to see what was going to happen from the summary judgment motions. And listen, Judge Eric Davis Friday decimated much of Fox's potential trial defenses, ruling that Fox cannot invoke the neutral report privilege because the evidence doesn't support that Fox conducted good faith, disinterested reporting. The judge also blocking Fox from using the fair reporting privilege because the statements made by Fox and its guests were not related to official proceedings. So explain to our viewers why this is such a major setback for Fox.
Because when the jury gets the case, several of Fox's key arguments will not be available for its lawyers to make. Several of these will already have been decided in Dominion's favor because of the judge's decision on Friday. So what this does is it significantly limits Fox's ability to mount a defense and leaves for the jury the key question of whether or not there is enough evidence to show that Fox hosts, producers, and executives knew what they were putting on the air was false, or at least recklessly disregarded information showing that it was false. And that's how you get to a potentially significant and sizable judgment against Fox News. Dominion is asking for $1.6 billion. It appears that unless this settles, which I think is highly unlikely at this point, and has always been pretty unlikely because Fox appears to be preserving its options for an appeal here. This is going to head to the jury, and it will be one of the most significant and far-reaching defamation suits against a major media company that we've seen in decades. You don't usually get an entity as powerful and politically connected as Fox News, as important to the political culture of the country, held, required to answer in a court of law for its actions like this.
You know, Jeremy, after the ruling, Fox saying in a statement, quote, "This case is and always has been about the First Amendment protections of the media's absolute right to cover the news." But Jeremy, the court found in this 130-page order here, the evidence developed in this civil proceeding demonstrates that it's crystal clear that none of the statements relating to Dominion about the 2020 election are true. And Jeremy, for those viewers that haven't seen it, that order, the word crystal, it's in all caps for emphasis, just in case Fox wasn't paying attention. So how much easier is Dominion's job now at trial to prove actual malice?
Dominion's lawyers could not be more pleased with how this decision came down. I don't think that anyone on either side of this case was expecting the judge to just rule outright that Dominion could show actual malice, and that would be that, and then all the jury would have to do is decide on damages. That was the best case scenario Dominion was hoping for, but I don't think that they actually expected they would get that. They got less than that, but it's still, as far as Dominion is concerned, a very, very positive outcome here, because it just gives the jury less to have to decide, right? So if you're a juror now, as opposed to having to sort through and decide truth and falsity for all sorts of different statements and in various issues, complicated legal issues that you'd have to weigh in on, you really only have to focus on one thing, and that's, did Fox knowingly put out lies on its air after the 2020 election, claiming that Dominion machines were somehow responsible for this non-existent plot to steal the election from Donald Trump?